Welcome to Local SEO Today. I'm Roger Murphy.
And I'm John Fong.
Today we want to speak to business owners and entrepreneurs with our podcast to talk about email marketing. And John, email marketing is it's a very powerful tool for business owners to stay in touch with their client base they have today. Because obviously you're looking to serve them, right? And you're looking to offer other services and increase revenue, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so first off, you need a list, right? So before you even get the list, you have to have a lead magnet to actually capture an email list. So you either start with a database of your existing clients, which you have already gotten consent from, to email them, or you go and capture your own, right? And these could be segmented from existing clients to prospects, I would say, right? So the email that you're going to be sending out will be a little bit different based on who you're
targeting, yes, target market.
So try to personalize as much as possible as number one tip. So depending on what kind of list you have, you can personalize it to your existing clients. You know their revenue-based customers that have already bought a product or service with you, and these are prospects. So the prospects list can be more of an offer deals, right? So you have to just segment it properly.
Exactly. And the reality is that depending on the country, and here in Canada, there is legislation with respect to you must be invited in. They have to opt into your certainly your email for communication going back and forth.
And you have to make sure that there's an unsubscribe section at the bottom of your email, whatever you put out, especially if it's a newsletter type of email. The second thing that we want to talk about is avoid certain terms and words within the subject line of your email, right? So you have to remember, you want to make it as natural as possible and not as salesy as possible, because people will not open up a salesy type of email because people get bombarded with hundreds of emails a day, right? If you're subscribing to different brands, to your local shops or whatever, you're gonna be there's a lot going on. So what actually impacts you to actually click through and open that email? The more personalized it is, the better likelihood they will open up your email.
Exactly, if they recognize you, because there are, as we were talking earlier, there's filters now that'll actually filter out words that are spamming.
Exactly.
And instantly your message will never get out if it's one of those keywords.
Yeah, and stay away from like all caps letter, right? Because nothing's that urgent or that important to have all caps. Right? Make it as natural as possible.
Kind of personal too.
Personal as possible. Yeah. Stay away from percentages off as well. And even pricing, right? So in the subject line, maybe let them know a little idea of what it's about, but personalize it. So dear whatever to the person's name. And then write it as if you're writing it for a specific person as opposed to everyone in your audience.
And of course, you watching today as a business owner, entrepreneur, depending on what your service is, maybe it's seasonal. And if it's seasonal, or maybe it's recurring, where like you're a dental office where you've got patients that are on the list, they're active patients. You have to send a message based on that seasonality or based on the fact that you've got a recurring client that you just want to remind them, hey, it's time to get your teeth checked, or it's time for fall is coming and you should be looking at certain things around the house, so to speak, in terms of
tips and tricks,
getting ready for winter,
back to school,
wet season, rainy seasons.
Exactly. Or if you have like some sort of referral program that you're introducing something new or a promotion, there's a lot of things that you can actually do via email once you have an existing list, right? The third thing I want to talk about is when to send out that email, because it will depend, right, on who your clients are, and test it, because as much information, you can do as much research online as to when's the best time, the most optimal time, but you have to try it yourself to see and track to see when is the best time to actually send out that email.
And frequency. More is not better when it comes to emails. And if people, your clients, if they get bombarded, it has to be valuable. And if not, all of a sudden you're going to lose them. So it must be a really solid email with an offer or some sort of information for them that they can really use to benefit them. But you can't be loading them every week.
Yeah, so depending on what kind of business you're running, right? So if it's a product based, you might want to offer it more frequently, right? But if it's a service like a dental office, you may only see them once every, or a couple times a year, hopefully, right?
Yep, 6 months.
Every 6 months, right? So does that mean you just do a quarterly newsletter? At most, maybe monthly? But if you're a product based where, there's always going to be end of season, new product line, new arrivals, there's a lot going on, right? So that's when you want to do more frequently and potentially even weekly or more, a couple times a week.
Sure.
Right?
So valuable email. The next really component of it is make it time sensitive. So either it's a limited time offer or a limited number of spots open or a limited amount of product available, but put that time sensitive.
Exactly. So it's really like a call of action.
Call to action.
And
sure.
really get someone to actually do something about it, right? Because it's very important. What's the purpose of that email, right? You want to acquire new business potentially, or you want people to refer other people to come to your shop or come visit you, right?
Exactly.
So,
and people that you haven't seen in a while, just to remind them that, oh yeah, that's right, XYZ, I haven't been in there in a while.
so it's the stickiness factor.
Sticky. Get them ignited again to your services.
Exactly. And the last point that I do want to mention is today, more than ever, everyone's using a smartphone, right? So make sure that email newsletter that you're sending out is optimized for not just desktop, but tablet, mobile, smartphones, because it has to be easy to navigate throughout your journey, right? So it could be a multiple touch point thing where people get emails, they check on their phone, but they'll save it and check it out when they get
Later
home,
on, sure.
right? So they'll bookmark it and they'll check it on desktop. So make sure it's formatted properly, it's well designed
For mobile devices,
for
yeah.
mobile devices, and it's image heavy as well because people are attracted to pictures, right? So don't just put words in the email, right? Because it becomes stale, right?
Yep.
Especially if this is a newsletter. You could put images, videos, links, but don't go heavy on written
Text. Just text. That's right. And I think video is huge. People love, even on Instagram, it's been proven that that video or moving pictures is way more powerful than just static images.
Exactly.
So you'll try everything.
And the last thing, I'm going to touch on that mobile section. So even that subject line, because on a mobile device, there's only certain characters within the line. So those first few words are so critical. So when you're kind of composing a subject, make sure to go heavy earlier in terms of the reasoning so that you can capture the audience. Because ultimately what you want is a click-through.
Yes.
Right? Because a lot of people don't even open their email. They might just delete it or put it into a junk folder or,
That's right. There's so many that come out today. So it's
exactly.
so good. So in terms of email marketing tips, John, thanks very much for this. There will be more. We'll talk about it again. But for today, thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little something and maybe got a few ideas. So we'll see you again at Local SEO today.
Thank you.